that's alright, we are recording. Welcome back to our next foray into the world of darkness. On the last episode, we found ourselves... We... Fuck, I'm actually having a kind of a hard time remembering what happened myself. 1 second.
We found ourselves. We were looking for ourselves, and we found ourselves.
That's closer to the truth than you think.
Last time was some serious bitch happened. Things weren't serious enough.
Okay, if you can just remind me how we started out, I can sort the rest out. Where did we begin?
How did it's been 2 weeks, god damn it. It's
I know.
only been 2 weeks. It's not a long time.
I remember that you two went to Beth's internship. That was last time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but I don't remember how it started. Was that
I think I remember. Okay.
I'll see you later, man. Have a good weekend.
You as well.
Okay. We began back in our apartment with Yuko just furiously reading through the occult books that we had gathered. And she found this ritual, actually, to see ley lines. And, not thinking that it was anything bad, she's like, you know what? I'm going to try this ritual just to see what happens. Because why not? So she gathered the salt, gathered up the candles, and, began doing that. Along the way, the others pitched in. Miss Riley, with her constant, this shape isn't quite right, fix it like this, I remember Raven couldn't quite keep up to the meticulous standards that she held. And Beth, I believe, had left, if I'm not mistaken.
She was sleeping.
She was asleep.
She was sleeping, or trying to sleep at the very least.
Yeah. She didn't help at all.
Yeah, make a roll to see how well you sleep. Okay. Anyways, the ritual was successful, and after a few hours, Yuko found that she could now see, things that she couldn't see before, these lights everywhere throughout the city. And then she had a plan. Oh, a plan indeed. She was going to try and go back to her old school and investigate the area. Maybe there was something about the lines that could tell her more about what happened. Miss Riley, however, was very against this idea. Don't do anything
on that.
Don't do anything stupid. I can't protect you if you leave. And then Yuko had a bit of a chain of thought about what exactly that meant, but Miss Riley, being the enigmatic motherfucker that she is, was like, I gotta go. And so she left, and on the way out, Yuko asked, would you miss me? To which she did not reply. After that, Beth and Yuko left to go to the... Where is it you work, exactly?
Google?
Google, yeah. To Google's office. There's no greater fount of occult knowledge, after all. Just a click away. So we went there. All the while, I was continuing to read, just delving further and further into the rabbit hole, as it were. Our objective was to make copies of all of these books and publicly display them. Just get them out there, after all.
What?
We're gonna public them? Public them?
I don't think that was the
intention.
I
I think
mean,
you guys were
right.
just
I
trying to,
thought we just wanted to make sure that if these got lost, that there'd still be, there'd still be copies.
Oh, I thought we were trying to get them out there.
Well, maybe that was your perspective. Of course, Beth's the computer programmer, so she wants to make sure there's backup.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
What reason would Yuko have for wanting to publish them?
Oh, she had no reason. I thought that was the plan, though, that what Beth wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't our plan, but I don't know. I know we're probably going to get to this pretty soon, but there's probably still some PDFs on some Google machine that could end up could be could end up being something people could Google.
Well, you actually only ended up copying one of them before you got interrupted.
Which one was it that we copied? Was it The Nature of Ghosts?
No, it was not. Trying to find my notes here. Oh, that's fucking right. God damn it.
What's wrong?
Yeah, so I recorded all the things that you guys had marked down, and thank you. I recorded everything, and then I don't know, I can't remember if my computer crashed or if I restarted it because it was having issues, but I didn't save it.
Oof.
Yeah. Mother of fuck, Shoot.
In the meantime,
real quick,
may I continue my
yeah.
Okay. So we stayed there for a while, did some more reading, copied some books, or a book at least, I don't know. And then there was smoke. Uh-oh. We went to investigate, and this fire monster, just screaming out Beth's name. Where are you, Beth? Where are you, you bitch? Something along those lines. He was pretty heated. It seemed. In his anger. And unfortunately, he found us. Beth sort of almost went into a shocked state, it seemed. Maybe being reminded of something from her past. And we both got burned as I dragged her out of the building. The firefighters arrived soon thereafter. I snuck back in and retrieved the books that we had left behind. Thankfully, they were intact. And we made our way to the hospital. And that's where shit started to get a little bit trippy. We had been having these visions of these places. There was thorns. She had never seen a bush quite this big. Anyways, yeah, there were thorns. There were little fairy folk, I suppose. Had a village on the thorns. Yuko kind of fucked up and walked herself right into a bad deal. Had to give up all of her clothes. Wasn't a fun time. Listen, kids, if you make deals with strange creatures, you're gonna have a bad time. Beth, on the other hand, though, she found herself in a much darker place. Do you want to do a little recap of that bit?
I would love to.
But will he?
I will.
He would love to, but he's not gonna.
Let's see now. So yeah, while Beth was in the hospital, she had a dream that was vivid enough to make her think that it was real. She was she saw her grandmother, and her grandmother seemed to be. Somebody wants to call me at night.
Hang on.
Caldwell. I don't know anyone in Caldwell. Okay. So
Clearly, they did not call well.
God damn it, Micah! God damn it! I was gonna say that, and you're sitting here stealing my lines. Motherfucker.
So anyway, Beth in her was in this kind of stone hallway kind of place, and it was really cold. But then it got really cold when she met with her departed grandmother. They had a nice reunion, except for it was clear that she was kind of suffering, and there was this coldness that she talked about getting used to, and she mentioned some things that were a little unsettling about that perhaps were true. That Beth will probably consider truth about the afterlife, about how this cold permeates everything, and how you even people who are kind of fading away. Let's some other highlights. Yeah, even the dead die here. Nothing you can do for me or any of us. And she asked for a memory. Pretty adamant. Beth was pretty adamant about trying to find some way to comfort her grandma. And she said, "Well, if you have, if you could tell me a good memory." And so she Beth memory, and well, she's forgotten that. She remembered that she had a memory, and but now it has been apparently repurposed for shadow graph. Did I get everything? See any points?
Not that this matters, because you forgot it, but it was a memory of graduating from college.
Damn. You're a college graduate? Wait, actually, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know if it was high school or college, but
Oh,
I mean,
it
really
may have been
don't.
high school. I don't know. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It's not salient.
Okay. Continuing
Daily
on.
word.
Continuing on.
I'm glad you think so, Marie.
From there, we awoke. And there was just this sort of obsession that seemed to take Yuko and Beth. They were just hell bent on finding out more about those places they had found. Yuko had left with Miss Riley, and Beth was with Raven. I'm not exactly sure what all Raven did during the session. What all did you do, Raven?
Raven didn't do that much during last session.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, like there was most of it was talking about you guys at the Google place and then at the hospital. Raven did come to the hospital, and to meet you guys and whatever. And then she took Beth home, and I think they both went to sleep. And you took off with and Yuko took off with Miss Riley, I think, to go back to your hometown, right?
I'm not exactly
no.
sure where she's taking me.
Oh,
She's
no.
just like, where did you want to go? And she's like, anywhere. Pretty much. It's like, I got a few.
Oh, okay.
And her last words were, I have a few places in mind.
Gotcha. Okay.
Before we begin,
Another point that we kind of missed was Miss Riley talked with Yuko about the watchtowers, and she mentioned that she had seen a watchtower made of bone, and seemed to understand Yuko's dream, oddly enough.
that is a very important plot point, actually. Before we begin, I'd like to go ahead and declare my other two aspirations.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Can you text them to me as well?
I shall. Okay, my first one is to meet another being from that world, and the other one is to reach that tower. How do those
Okay.
sound?
Yeah, those are good.
Okay. That's all on my parts. I don't know if Ben or Marie need anything else before we begin.
I texted my current aspirations to you.
I just saw them.
Okay. And I was gonna say something else. Oh, I did spend my 2 experience and got another dot in a cult.
Good. Okay. Um, Raven also had a dream. That was the other thing she did last session.
I thought that I might have had a dream, but I am not recalling it right now.
You were walking through a forest, and there
Oh
was
yeah,
just like
yeah.
trash everywhere talking to you,
Yes, Trash was talking to me. All of
telling
their
you some scary
stories.
stories.
Yeah.
And then you heard like this drum beat from deeper in the woods that was pounding to the sound of your own heartbeat.
Yeah.
And
I think
was it?
I think
Was
I
it?
woke up my feet though, right? Like I started to
Yes,
follow it,
yes, you
but
did.
I woke up.
Yeah. What time was it when you and Beth made it back to the apartment?
I think it was just like early afternoon or something because it was like the next morning when I went back to the hospital.
Okay.
So because I think we had decided that I had gone there the night before, but then like I left and they both stayed overnight and because they had the dreams and whatever
Yeah, yeah.
and then it was like the next morning. So I'm thinking early afternoon and I know that Beth went to sleep, like she had some soup or something and went to sleep. And I'm not sure if Raven went to take a nap or what exactly she was doing.
Um,
I don't take notes. I'm not a very good
no, that's all right.
I'm a horrible player.
I do not.
Maybe she was just, you know, bonding with Tobias.
That sounds fair. So early afternoon. Here's the books that I remember that you guys had: On the Nature of Ghosts, What the World is Made of, Boston Workings Portfolio, The Witch Hunter's Bible, and The Eyes on the Walls. And you also had that black journal.
I think that Witch Hunter's Bible might have been the one that we scanned.
Yes, yes, it is. I think so. Yeah.
Wasn't there one they did save one too though, right?
I think we saved all of them. I think I left one behind, and
Yeah, you
Yuka
went
went
back
back
for
and
it.
got it.
Oh. Oh, you saved all of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beth
She's
was
not
again
allowed
very
to.
helpful.
She's not allowed. She's not about to get let one book go away. After all, that librarian is going to be coming back for his dues.
Yeah.
Something
That's right.
wrong with that, man.
And the one that Raven read was the Boston Workings one, right? Not the journal, not the black journal. It was the Boston Workings.
Yes, that's correct.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Okay. So I do apologize. I've been having some like health issues over the week, and having a little bit of difficulty breathing right now. So if there's some like pauses or I go mute and stuff like that, that's why.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and keep breathing. That's important to me. So
It's important to me too.
I would like it if you could do that.
I could totally breathe for you if that were possible, but unfortunately,
That would be
it's not.
nice, but
Yeah, it is not possible though.
okay. So we're gonna say it's like 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and What is Beth and Ray? And actually, before we begin, one last question for Beth. Did you spend those 2 experience on resources?
Well, I hadn't. I guess I didn't fully realize or know when that would be appropriate, since I hadn't really since I didn't really officially get a job yet.
Okay.
But yes, I would like to.
So in that case,
Can we get a job? Maybe one of your short-term aspirations to get a job.
Are you guys there?
Yes.
I'm here. I'm just struggling right now. Actually, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, could you guys try saying something real quick?
Something.
Testing, testing.
Perfect. Thank you.
I followed instructions. I said something.
I'm a rebel.
Ben, you're hired. We need innovative thinking like this.
If you want somebody who doesn't think like other people, Ben is your guy.
I accept that. I pray. Mitchell, when do you have time off during the week?
The only day I really have off to myself now is Sunday. It's depressing.
Tis the life of a schoolboy.
I feel personally attacked.
I didn't mean it as an attack. A school man? A person going to school is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
As a person who has a lot of schooling in her life, I'm just saying that is the way of it.
Do you know Dewey?
No, but my 7-year-old asks me that all the time.
What does she ask?
She asks me, "Do you know the way?"
Oh my god.
I don't think that I'm not sure that she totally knows where it's from. I think it's just, something she hears and she thinks it's funny. And so she says it. But my daughter's boyfriend, my older daughter's boyfriend, so he's like 24, 25, and he says it too, and I don't know. But I don't know what it's. I mean, I know he's referencing something, but it's not something I'm familiar with.
You don't know about Ugandan knuckles? Ooh.
No. Yeah, I am not aware of that. I was busy watching Deadpool.
I will have to show you the way.
There
Oh
is a
my fucking
reason
God.
that I don't know the way.
Micah knows the way.
I do know the way.
Micah,
Yes.
I am now worried about you. You have worried me. Okay, what needs to happen?
Supposedly it's acid reflux. I actually went to the ER on Sunday because I was trembling. I was having numbness in my arms. My heart was palpitating. I couldn't breathe. It was this whole big deal, and apparently it's acid reflux, or so the doctors are telling me, or at least we think it's acid reflux.
Now that you mention it like that, actually, I think the doctor is right. My mom had similar issues, and her issues were apparently caused by acid reflux as well.
So what did they tell you to do about it?
Um, not eat fried food. Like my diet is kind of shit, to be honest. It consists of fast food and pizza, and I've been having like nausea every morning for the past like 2 years. And yeah, I just things get worse when you don't pay attention to them, I guess.
Man, I didn't know
Imagine
pizza.
that.
I didn't know pizza wasn't fast food. Damn.
Strange, huh?
It depends on where you order the pizza. Some places can be very slow.
So basically, I have to change my diet, and I've been given a medication that I'm supposed to take every day that I just started today.
Have you felt any better?
Say again?
Have you felt any better?
No, but it's one of those supposed to be like one of those long-term kind of things. I'm supposed to take it twice a day. It's like this little pill called like flamazepam or something like that. I don't know.
That actually sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does. So it'll like build up in your system and
I think that's what it's supposed to do. I'm not a doctor. The doctor told me to take it, so I'm taking it.
He has no dots in medicine.
no dots.
And
I'd say I have one dot. You know, I took a basic first aid course in Boy Scouts.
Okay, you are way... You were in Boy Scouts? Holy shit.
Yeah, I was.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I was in Boy Scouts too. For a very short stint.
I never
was
made it
not in
past.
Boy Scouts.
I never made it past Tenderfoot, but I was in it for like years. Both my father and my grandfather are Scouts.
Huh. Okay.
And somehow I think we're getting off topic.
I do believe so, yes.
But I worry, and that's just something
I appreciate
that I
your
do.
concern.
So,
I don't think I'm going to keel over dead, but I will let you know if
Okay.
I do.
well, if you
From the afterlife.
I was like, do I have to ride a train in Boston for that to happen?
Yeah, are we just gonna like, the three of us just gonna meet on a train in the middle of Boston at midnight?
Just ride a train waiting for you to show up.
All of a sudden, Micah has just started calling us, "Oh, you did it, kids. Good job." He's got a thing for architecture and geometry now.
Well,
Little do we know,
if you
Ellsworth was a self-insert
do
this
not-
whole time.
if you need to stop the game, then stop the game.
Even when well, no promise. What time would you say
Well, I can't really hear what's going on. What's
Hey.
going on?
Beth wakes up? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Go ahead.
What time does Beth wake up? It's currently 2 p.m., but
I was there overnight at the hospital, so she got some good unconscious time there. Then she got home, and
But she has suffered trauma.
that's true. She has suffered trauma. Yeah, I don't know. She gets hungry, so 5 she decides to see if Raven wants to go get some food.
all right. So Beth comes out of her room. Raven, I thinking today was like a Sunday or a Monday.
Sunday, as I recall.
Yeah. So you have it off from the shop. So what are you doing in the house when Beth comes out?
So I would say that maybe I had taken some of that time to like peruse another one of the books.
Okay.
And so I would be at the probably just sitting at one of the the chairs in the living room.
Which one?
The
Okay. Written by oh damn, what was
Well, we didn't know her name, but we did know her pseudonym.
Teresa May, I think I called her. Teresa Bright.
She was a self-proclaimed hedge mage, I believe, or something like that.
Yes, the
Teresa
writer
Gardner.
of
Teresa Gardner.
On the
yeah.
Nature of Ghosts. Was it Teresa May?
Teresa Gardner.
Teresa Gardner, yes, that was it. Teresa Gardner, the same person, presumably the same person, who wrote on the world on what the world is made of, also appears to have been the author of On the Nature of Ghosts as well.
Interesting.
Talking about
She really gets around, doesn't she?
indeed she does. She starts talking about like the afterlife and how to link up with any real world religions, and that's about as far as you get out of her. Aside from her introduction, her writing style is very rambly, and she goes on at length about something called the Mysterium, without ever really clarifying what the Mysterium is.
Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
if we could just pause for 1 second, I just want to try something real quick.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm getting really tired of this connection bullshit. So give me 1 second. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
So I'll take this.
The Boston Workings folder was like Ellsworth. That was Ellsworth.
fucking damn it.
Go full on stupid.
went full on fucking stupid. Yeah. So I can relate.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Hey, you're back.
yeah, I'm back. Full fucking stupid. Anyway, so are we good to continue?
Yes, we are. Beth had just come out of the room and saw, not Yuko, Raven reading on the nature of ghosts. And action.
Oh, did you asked me what I was reading? I am reading this On the Nature of Ghosts book.
Does it say anything about cold?
Well, I'm not very far into it yet. This author is kind of annoying. She kind of rambles on and on. I seriously doubt this is her real name. says Raven Twilight.
Well, it would take a fake to know a fake.
Keeps talking about the Mysterium. You know what that is?
Before?
How are you feeling?
I feel like I need to eat some feelings.
Well, we got some dead rats in the freezer.
Dead rats make everything better.
Tobias, that's how Tobias eats his feelings, so I'm just... We got some ramen.
Yeah, let's treat ourselves.
Yeah.
As you say that, Beth, your phone makes a bing sound indicating that you've received an email.
I will look at that shit.
It's from a it's from a fast food restaurant that you applied to like a month ago.
Is it Whataburger?
Yes, it is Whataburger. And they're asking you if you can come down. Someone by the name of Rochelle Daniels is asking if you can come down for an interview tomorrow.
I'm thinking. You know, if I want to eat anything besides frozen rats for a while, I guess I should get that done.
It's full-time
Alright.
position with minimum pay.
Exactly what I need. I will send back an email saying that would be fine. Can we, do it between, 8 and 9? I'm a morning person.
That would be perfect. She replies almost instantly. That would be perfect. Looking forward to seeing you.
Great, smiley face. The smiley face on my email does not match the
face on
face
your
on my
on your face.
on my face.
On a side note, the minimum wage in Massachusetts is $12 an hour.
What?
Which is 50 cents more than I make. God damn it.
Shit, that's pretty good.
Jesus, the minimum wage here is what, like $8.50 or something?
Yep, right to work state.
Woo!
Woo!
Fucking Idaho.
We're kind of backwards.
Really backwards.
We're just really glad there's a South
Yeah.
to compare ourselves to. It really helps.
Hey, that
Yeah.
hurts.
Not all the South.
Hey, Idaho is 50th in public education. So we got that going for us.
I do think Alabama has us a number of dropouts. Per capita.
Okay, we're kind of getting off track here. Let's hop back in. As much as I would love to discuss at length the fine parts of Idaho's education system.
All right, I'm cooking ramen, and I'm doing what I can to, jazz it up a little bit.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe I dice some carrots and put them in there or something.
I'm going to be all social, and while she's doing that, I'm going to read out loud from the book that we both like.
Are you going to tell me about your job interview?
Not unless you ask.
Okay. Okay, well, I don't know what you're doing on your phone, so I'm not going to ask.
But I'll read aloud from the book so that we don't lose any time in this studying that we
Okay.
really should be doing.
Give me a occult intelligence roll, would you, Beth?
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want Raven to do it?
Why do
Yeah,
we?
maybe I should do the ramen and you should do the.
It's like the situation back in the fucking museum. You sure you don't want Yuko to do that? Except she tried it and fucked
Yeah,
up.
4 days. Oh, since you.
Choose your 4 and then roll them.
Excellent. Ooh, have some of these.
There's a couple of other ones in there.
That would be 0 successes.
Wow, those are low rolls.
Yeah, so for the next hour, you basically reread everything that Raven just read.
Raven's
I'll be like, what the hell does
thank
that
you.
mean?
Thank you. Thank you for the recap.
She really rambles on. You weren't kidding.
Yeah. And now she's rambled on twice, so thank you for that.
Well, I didn't know it was going to take you an hour to make ramen.
Well, I was trying to make it fancy for you.
No, I appreciate that. I just wish I was as good at reading the occult as you are.
I put a can of tuna in it. What do you want from me?
Sweet.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I know. See, that's why it took an hour, because you had to use your belt buckle.
God
A can
damn
of tuna.
Okay, what were you saying, Micah?
It's the only tool we have.
I'm actually just 1 second.
It's my belt buckle. You guys can't fucking use it.
You're all like, where the hell's my belt?
How am I going to get anything done without my belt buckle?
I swear to God, I'm gonna have to use this as a weapon at some point.
How much Liz throw? With what?
My belt buckle. Motherfuckers.
You would be like the most incredible of monster hunters with your belt buckle.
It's a silver belt buckle.
Yeah. Just sharpen it on the concrete or something. Make a shiv out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're eating, and Raven is explaining to Tobias why he cannot have ramen.
Very good.
It smells so good.
Delicious.
Now, I know this is going to sound weird, but did your lizard just talk? What did you put in this ramen?
Tobias always talks to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, as you guys are eating your ramen, I need Beth to make a wits composure roll.
Damn, if only that were me.
You're in a car somewhere.
I know. Probably dying.
Another goose egg.
Nothing?
Nada. Niente.
Nada? Oh, shit.
Oh man, this.
Oh, shit.
Not sound good.
Oh,
I don't feel so good.
And Beth has been poisoned by the ramen. It was bad tuna. Beth goes down.
So,
I have the condition, the run from hell.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Beth, you look up from your ramen, and in the middle of the living room, you see a bed. and there's like this little girl with blonde hair, and she's laying in the bed, and she sits up, and she starts just screaming, just mommy, daddy! And as she screams, the bed bursts into flames. The flames washing over and engulfing her as she screams in agony.
I mean, it was really good ramen.
Do you scream, Raleigh?
I think maybe a little bit. Hey, Raven, there's something here for you. Do you see anything over there going on?
I don't think that I do. I don't see anything, do I, Micah?
Yeah, you turn around, you look where she's pointing, there's nothing there.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's our living room. What's matter?
Nothing's on fire. Children screaming.
There are no children. No, I don't see any fire or smoke. I think maybe you're just having flashbacks from yesterday.
Well, I think I'm gonna take a little jaunt. A little jaunt.
Where are you going?
I don't know, away from my delusions here.
Well, I'm not sure it's a good idea for you to just take off if you're kind of,
Are you guys there?
Stare and watch the delusions of people screaming.
there's
The
nothing there.
flames wash over her, and as she screams in agony, the flesh begins to char and peel off from her face.
Oh, that's not good. That poor dear.
She looks at you, and she says, "Look what you did! Look what you did to me! Ah!" And at this point, Raven, you actually do start to smell smoke.
Okay,
You
I'm
make a
looking.
quick die roll.
I'm looking. I'm madly, frantically looking around, trying to see if I can see any smoke.
Yes, there is smoke coming from Beth's bedroom. It's leaking underneath the door.
Okay, I run to Beth's bedroom and put my hand on the door.
It's not hot.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up.
You open the door and you see her bed is like on fire. Flames are just kind of like just washing over the covers, over the blankets, and rising up towards the ceiling. And as the flames rise higher and higher, the flames almost seem to take on a humanoid shape, and a figure begins to separate itself from
Is that your
the
girlfriend?
fire. Yes, it is.
That sounds like a bird.
Is that flame monster impressions?
Well, unless these apartments that we live in are truly a slum, we do have a fire extinguisher in our kitchen, and so I will run and grab it, and I will pull the pin. I'll yank the pin out. I will aim it at the bottom of the flames, and I will sweep back and
Before you
forth.
do that,
Exactly like I was trained to do.
you run over. I will say that you get to the fire extinguisher,
Okay.
and you'll need to prime it on your next turn. You
All right.
run to get the fire extinguisher, which I assume is in the kitchen. The flaming humanoid figure like walks out of Beth's room.
Okay.
Beth! Beth! And it looks at Beth. This humanoid inferno. And it points a finger at her.
Who the hell are you?
You killed them! You killed my daughter! You killed my wife!
I didn't kill anybody. I
You'll burn! You'll burn for this! And a gout of flame comes billowing forth from the creature. And what's your defense?
Something I should memorize. 4.
4? Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay. So a gout of flame comes billowing forth towards you.
Matrix dodge.
And
Matrix dodge.
yeah, you throw yourself to the ground, and unfortunately not fast enough as the flame kind of like sears across your arm. Ironically, across the arm that was just burnt. You're gonna take 1 lethal damage. Raven, it's back to you. Or actually, no, it's actually Beth. What do you do?
Well, crap. I don't want this thing setting fire to my house, or hurting my friends. I'm going to try to edge this thing closer to me, and I'm going to try to move out of the house, outside of the apartment, hoping that she will.
Aren't you on the floor?
Yes, I will. Sorry. I will have to get up, and I'm trying to bait this thing to come towards me, and hopefully be away from the home there and my friend.
All right.
To you, stepping back.
Liar! Lying bitch!
Anyone got hurt? It wasn't my fault. I was just a kid.
At this point, the fire alarm starts going off throughout the entire building. As smoke is just like billowing out of Beth's room. Raven, you have the fire extinguisher armed. It's in your hands.
Okay, I'm gonna aim it at the flame guy. I'm gonna
Oh god.
shoot it. Shoot it at the flame monster.
Okay. Let's see here.
Does this count as a cone of cold?
Okay, what kind of roll would this be? Dexterity firearms?
But it's not a firearm.
Well, it is pointing and pulling a trigger.
Yeah?
There we go. Okay. Yeah, dexterity firearms. Your handgun specialty would not apply to this.
Does it help me at all if you know that I personally have officially been trained in how to use a
Oh,
fire
and one
extinguisher
other
multiple
thing.
times?
You are at a -3 for this because
What
of its
the fuck?
defense.
Fucking really?
Willpower.
But if I use all my willpower, I won't be able to use any of my psychic abilities. I'm 1 willpower down. I only have 5. Alright. I use 1 willpower. That gives me 3 die?
Yes.
Alright. This better be worth it. 1 success.
Yeah, you spray this gout of frost at it, and the flames just kind of flicker, and maybe they dim a little, but it doesn't seem to have an effect. It does, however, get its attention as it turns, looks at you, and raises its palm towards you. Another gout of flame billowing forth. What's your defense?
3.
3? Okay.
Oof.
Alright, that's 10. That's an 8. You're going to take 2 lethal damage as the flame comes like billing forth. You throw up your hands and arms, and it burns both of them. With searing pain rushes down your limbs as the fire licks them.
Okay.
And I believe we are back to Beth now.
Well, that didn't work. I'm gonna pick up our welcome mat that's inside, and I'm gonna start whacking this thing with it, hoping that it'll somehow smother it a little bit.
Yeah, you hit it with the welcome mat, and the welcome mat catches on fire.
Shit. Don't you turn your back on me, fire thing!
You'll burn! You'll burn! And, it's going to reach out and try and grapple you.
Oh my god.
And let's see here.
I would like to avoid that.
Yeah. You said your defense was 4?
Yeah.
Well, cool. He's applying willpower, too.
Of course he is.
Yep. You rush up to him, and he grabs hold of you, trying to pull you into himself. Flames burn and sear your flesh. You actually hear the flesh burning as you scream in pain.
Woo!
These are
Raven?
the most realistic screams I've ever heard.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I think that
Okay.
What the fuck?
Hey, they already have.
Fucking damn it.
that's 0.
You're gonna be rolling a chance.
Damn it.
Mitchell?
I'm just having troubles with this fucking internet. God damn it.
I did not succeed.
Let's get
7.
clean through the creature.
Do I hit that with it?
On a 1, you would have.
Oh.
What, is you like trying to hit it with a fucking fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher didn't work, so I.
At this point, the your apartment gets thrown open, and Margaret comes. What the fuck is going on? She stops like mid sentence as she sees the creature, her eyes narrowing.
Oh my god.
Beth?
I'm gonna say, what the hell is that? Hoping that I will somehow put the blame on.
Do you want to try and like break free?
I would like to do that. Can I do both though?
I
Yes.
want to die, but I want it to be Margaret's fault.
Do I feel like a physical holding of me, or isn't
Yes,
that?
yes, you do.
All right.
The fire substance that it's physically the flames are physically grabbing it hold of you and they are not letting go.
All right. Well, if it has some substance, maybe I can do a little judo act. Try to use my less flammable than the welcome mat in any rate. Let's see. What is that? Brawl?
Strength roll.
Whoa, what is happening?
This does seem to be a matter of life and death. So how about I use my last will? Oh wait, you said we get one back.
Yes, at the beginning of every session.
I got 2 total left. Alright, so 4 plus 3.
Two. That's a reroll.
I thought 8s were successes too.
Are they?
Yes, 8s are. 8s, 9s, and 10s.
And that's a 9? Do I really?
Like, is that, like, seriously, that's just a thing? Like, it's 8, 9, and 10?
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
I did not know.
Okay. Does this cash in? Do I do in fact get bonuses, or do I exclude my bonuses?
Yeah, that constitute to your occult obsession.
I'm actually
That's obsession is a good 10.
You got a 10.
Oh, I got a 10.
Yeah, so that's a reroll. That counts as a success.
Reroll.
No, I don't. I thought you specifically said everything at session bonus.
That's right. Thank
That's what I
you
was
for
asking.
reminding me on that.
I got back to humility.
Yeah, that is true. But I'm gonna let you have this one time roll.
All right. Didn't help, but four successes.
4. Yeah, so you punch the fire and your knuckles burn, your knuckles sear. But
God fucking damn it.
and it takes a stop green kind of Mark. She seems to be taking this remarkably well, as she kind of skirts around the outside of the room and walks into Beth's room. And disappears inside there.
What the fuck? That's suspicious. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
You
Yeah.
are very faint, but we do hear you.
Okay. How about now? Is this any better?
Less.
Okay, so what's going on?
What was the last thing you heard?
That Margaret went into the room?
Yep, that's where we are.
Okay.
So she goes in there, and a moment later, you start hearing noises. And it starts just going on like that.
What the fuck?
We're back to Raven.
I am going to yell at Beth to run, and at the same time pick up Tobias and talking to him at the kitchen table.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'm gonna pick and I'm gonna go to the bedroom and be like, well, I don't know if I see something weird, but I'm gonna, try to get Margaret. Like, what the fuck? Come on, let's get out of here.
You run in there, and the whole room is just filled with smoke, and you see her like standing there, pointing the bed that's on fire, and she's just like babbling complete nonsense.
And like pull her.
Okay.
Unless I need to wait for another turn.
No, you can definitely do that. 1 second. Okay. How like forcibly are you doing this? Because when you reach out to grab her, she jerks away from you and keeps babbling.
I would try it a couple of times, and then if it just keeps jerking away from me, then I guess I would just run.
Okay. Yeah, she keeps like kind of like shouldering you off her every time you try and make a grab for her sleeve or her arm.
Okay.
And now we are back to the ghost, which is going to spray another gout of flame at poor Beth. Yeah, so flame just comes billowing forth and it washes over you, burning your face, your chest, your shoulders, searing your hair. And you're gonna take another 2 lethal.
God damn. You're gonna look like fucking Darth Vader after this shit is over.
What are you at currently, health-wise?
Well, I got all healed up last time, so with the 1 lethal I just took and now 2 more, I guess I'm 3 lethal.
Okay. Beth, what do you do as this flame just washes over you?
Scream. I don't know.
Trying to, leap out of the building still. I've been trying to pull it away from the other living people. Trying to get it to focus on me, which so far I think I'm doing an excellent
You're doing a really good job of that, yeah. What do you want to do with your turn?
I want to be the super defensive and try to, again, I'm moving to attack me and get her or get it out of the building. That's my hope, is that it has to keep coming towards me and having to keep going away from my friend. And
So you're making a dodge action. Okay. So take your 4 defense and take 4 dice and roll them.
what's that one?
This one's a 7.
Oh, this one.
3.
All right, 1.
Likely. Higher. Okay, let's go. Did you get that, Benji? What I just said.
Said, yeah. Will there be any other advantages for me having cover or anything?
Not unless you're diving behind some cover.
Well, I mean, I'm leaving through the front door, so I'm assuming.
Oh, you're running away. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm walking, trying to keep it focused on me, though. So I guess I'm not retreat. So it follows me, and not others decide to go after my colleagues.
Okay. Okay, I understand now. Let me look up really quick if you can make a move action while making a defense action. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I think you can. So the door's open, so you retreat out into the hallway, and it does in fact start following you.
Excellent. Are there other people who are outside because of all the fire alarms going on?
Yeah, you look down the hallway. No one has like left their house, has come into the hallway yet, but there's a few people down at like the end of the hallway, like kind of like opening their doors and like peeking out. And now we're at Margaret's turn, as she continues pointing at the flame, at the fire, and babbling nonsense. And Raven, just as you're beginning to like turn away to run, the fire that's on Beth's bed just kind of goes kind of and just it's like
What the fuck?
what do you do?
Um, Still gonna run out there because I am worried about Beth too. So I'm not gonna take the time to discuss what just happened. I'm going to try to go out there and see how Beth
So
is.
you run back out into the living room, and you see Beth has apparently gone out into the hallway, and you see the fire creature walking towards the doorway, and then it kind of goes, "Ugh! I'll get you, Beth. This isn't the last you'll see of me." And then it like fades, and God damn it, my voice is going. And it fades, and it kind of like snuffs out it as well, the flames flickering and then just whoosh, disappearing, leaving nothing but burned footprints.
Okay, is it still my turn?
We're out of combat.
Okay. So I'm gonna run over to Beth and like try to see if she's okay. She's clearly burned.
And this, lest we forget, this is going to be this because you have a phobia of flames. This is most certainly going to be another breaking point for Beth. And I'm going to say it's at a -3, so make a resolve composure, Beth.
Resolve, composure, -3, you say?
Yep.
Alright.
Actually, wait. Because you have a 6 on integrity. So I believe you still, I'm going to double check. I believe you still have a +1 to integrity rolls.
Is it a +1?
Yeah, so you're going to be at a -2.
Mm,
It's a 9, a 10, and a
5.
5. So 2 successes.
Okay, you managed to come through the breaking point all right, although you do gain the shaken condition. As this flaming monster that was bellowing and screaming at you just a moment ago suddenly just like snuffs out before your very eyes. You guys there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I assume that um that like fire ambulance is on their way if the fire alarm was going off.
Perhaps you don't hear any.
Okay, well I
Margaret,
guess
uh,
if I'm questioning that, then I guess I will call 911.
okay. 911, what's your emergency?
We had fire. My friend's badly burned.
All right, what's your address? And
Blah 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 blah
you, yes, a ambulance is on its way.
Okay.
Margaret comes out of the bedroom. She's kind of like dust off. She kind of glowers at you and then kind of the hardwood floor, and then glowers at the salt circles and salt art that's all over the floor as well. The fuck have you been doing in here?
What the fuck were you just doing?
Did you summon that thing? Did you
No.
fucking summon that thing? She walks up to you and she like grabs you by like the scruff of your shirt. How fucking dare you? Who do you think you are?
We didn't summon anything.
This is the second freaking fire in this place. What's going on?
God damn, I cannot do that voice right now. Jesus Christ. Ah,
Would you like us to hear it in Margaret's voice? Just try to.
yes, imagine it is Margaret's voice.
Did you fucking summon that thing? The fuck do you think you're doing? How's that? Huh?
We didn't do shit.
We didn't summon anything. We don't.
That sounds exactly like
Tell
something.
you talk to your.
That sounds exactly what someone who summoned something would say.
And I sound like
Sure seem to have hard on for your friend. What did you do? What the fuck did you do?
I mean, if you wanted the professor and then us to leave, you could just say leave and we'd find another place.
Yes, leave. Give me your fucking key. She extends her hand.
I believe you have to give us a 30-day notice.
You almost burned the fucking apartment down. You put all my other tenants at risk.
We didn't start that goddamn fire.
This is the second fire that got started.
Yeah, this is the second fire you've had in your building. I'd say maybe you got some faulty wiring going on or something. Running a slum here.
There's nothing wrong with my building, you fucking bitch, and you know it. What did you do?
We didn't do anything.
At this point, you start hearing sirens in the distance. She whirls on Beth. That thing's gonna come back. It's gonna come. It's gonna come for you, and you're not gonna be in my fucking building when it does. Give me your key.
I believe I left it inside.
Then find it.
You have to give us 30 days notice.
I'm not kicking you out. I'm kicking her out.
You have to give her 30 days notice.
You.
No, I don't want anybody here to be hurt, even you, Margaret. I'm sure I can find some better.
She legally has to give you 30 days notice.
I don't want to be responsible for some weird
You
shit.
didn't start that fire.
She seems to think I did.
I don't care what she thinks.
I guess the place.
Key. Waiting for the key.
Well, you're not going to get it. Take legal action. Follow the procedure you need to follow. You're not getting the key.
Make a She looks at you.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to go down this road? And as she says that, you swear to God, despite the fact that it's a clear, sunny day, you hear like the rumble of thunder outside.
What are you gonna do,
All the
Margaret?
lights start
You-
flickering.
What are you gonna do, Margaret?
Are
You gonna
you
curse me?
sure you want to go down that road, honey?
You gonna curse me, Margaret? Is that what you're gonna do? Gonna curse
Oh,
me?
I'm gonna do far worse than curse you, bitch.
Maybe you just don't know who you're dealing with.
I could say the same of you. Clean this shit up. It's all over the floor. And I will most certainly be sending you a bill for the fire damages. And she
You can
turns.
take it out of our deposit.
Well, she leaves.
You guys there? That was pretty fucking.
As you hear her scream down the hallway. Nothing to see here. Get back in your fucking rooms. At the other people who are starting to come out of their apartments.
She certainly thinks she can order people around.
And then she storms off down the hallway and out of sight.
I'm gonna
That was pretty fucking epic. I'm not gonna lie.
check on Beth.
Yeah, Beth is pretty badly burned. She has second degrees burns all over her arms once again and across the side of her face.
I'll be doing the thing where I'm like, is there something going on here? Not right here, or
Do
here
I-
so much, but right here.
Do I have something on my face? I guess I'm gonna go put Tobias in his cage. I'm gonna, kind of look at him and make sure that he's not hurt anywhere, and then
No, he's not.
knowing that the paramedics and people are coming and whatever, then I'm gonna go put him in his cage so he doesn't get wigged out by all the.
Paramedics come up the stairs with a stretcher. All right, miss, sit down. Let's see what we got here. He starts examining your wounds. Beth's wounds.
Beth's okay.
How badly
Oh,
hurt is
Raven.
Raven?
What? What'd you
How
say?
badly
Mike?
hurt is Raven?
She took 2 lethal damage.
Okay. After a moment, they of examining Beth, they start examining you as well. All right, these burns are pretty bad. You need to come with us.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere without my lizard. I can't leave him here with that. The landlady just threatened us, and I'm not leaving him here by himself.
He bit taken aback by this. Animals are not allowed in the ambulance, ma'am. I'm sure he's in his cage. I'm sure he'll be fine. Can you call someone to come and watch the place for you?
I'll just take my car then.
All right, ma'am. He gives you the address of where you need to go, and then he escorts Beth down to the ambulance.
Okay.
And Beth will be staggering, repeating her performance from the previous day. Kind of like, that shit's gonna keep happening to me.
So does the paramedic kind of at least put some gauze on my hands or whatever?
He seems actually mainly focused on Beth. Her injuries seem significantly more severe.
Okay. So I can drive my car.
You can, yeah. Although it does hurt.
Yeah, I'd imagine, but
I hope the van isn't one of those vehicles that has the really shaky steering wheel. Because that would fucking suck.
What kind of car does Raven have? I don't think it was a van.
Oh, I
No.
thought it was a van.
No, I don't think we've never said it was a van or I don't know. I imagine maybe it's a, you know, maybe it's like a 2004 Honda Prelude. Something like that. I don't know.
Interesting. Just looking up a picture of it.
I'm actually curious about what that looks like myself.
I found one that seems to work. One sec, I'll put it in the.
I'm not even sure what that looks like, so
Throwing it up in the chat right now.
Oh.
Ew! That looks nasty.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, you guys are broke as shit and lower class.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that hers is probably like all dinged up and rusted like this one is, but I mean, it's not a new car for sure.
Fair enough. What color is it?
It could be blue, but it's a 4-door as well.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Ew.
Automatic with air conditioning.
That's asking a lot.
All right, air conditioning is a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
Automatic and air conditioning is a deal breaker. I wouldn't buy a car that didn't have them.
Alright, so what's going on, Micah?
I am looking up the rules for healing. Once again, I should know them off the top of my heart, but I do not.
Off the top of your heart, huh?
Off the top of my mind, excuse me.
Is your heart where you store information about Chronicles of Darkness? Like I knew you liked it, but I didn't realize it was like a heart passion thing.
It really is, though. It really fucking is. Like, this is legit, like, my all-time favorite role-playing game. So yeah, Beth, you get to the hospital first, and the doctors do their thing.
Back again, huh? You really gotta...
Yeah, people are just like looks because they recognize you. You were literally here like 2 days ago with like burns, and now you have.
People are gonna start to think that you are starting fires.
Okay, the doctors, however, do adequately care for you. One of your lethal damage is going to be downgraded to bashing damage, so you should have 2 lethal, 1 bashing.
I don't know, with burns like that, she might have to stay in the fucking hospital.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be more than 1 day if you unless you want to like leave early.
If
I'm not sure they would let you do.
Yeah, they may
things
just
like that.
They may insist that you stay there.
You can always refuse treatment.
I suppose that's true. Yeah. So yeah, they bandage
You
and
have
dress
to
your
be
wounds.
declared incompetent in order to not refuse, in order to be able to.
Also, the whole process of them like treating you is gonna hurt really bad. Burns are like some of the worst pain a person can endure.
And you're going to be disfigured for life.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid you're going to miss your job interview.
Oh, yeah, shit.
I'll be there in the morning. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a really, this is like I'm really interested to see how you roleplay the whole disfigured part.
I'm used to it.
Damn.
Being disfigured.
Damn.
I'm not.
To be fair, the scars are not. They're they're not going to be horrific. Like I said, it was second-degree burns mostly. You weren't like completely immolated and charred and whatnot. But your flesh is definitely looking quite raw.
It's gonna take more than aloe vera. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's going to take more aloe vera.
Aloe vera is not gonna cut it.
That's really quick on healing. Okay.
Well, while you're reading the rules, Raven did gather Tobias up and then drive herself to the hospital.
They seem equally surprised. The receptionist recognizes you, and she's kind of like, "Back again? Oh my God!" When she sees your burns, what happened?
There was a fire in my apartment.
I see. Okay. There's a short wait, and then you're brought back into the room where your wounds are also dressed and blessed. I'm not sure exactly what the procedure is for burn wounds. How people heal that, or how doctors treat that.
Well, I know in the intensive care unit, there's something about
Well, the
there's some
first,
kind of chamber they put you in. I don't know.
I mean, if the first thing I would imagine they're going to do, because of the intense amount of pain, they're probably going to give you some really strong pain medicine, or they're just going to knock you out. Not literally, of course, but you know what I mean.
We're gonna knock you out.
You know, they just, like, take a fucking, heavy-ass object and just BLAM! Right across the head. Can't feel pain if you're not conscious.
Seems counterintuitive to the healing process, but fair enough. If it works, it works, right?
They're the ones who get paid the big bucks.
They also adequately care
Are you guys there? Hello?
for you,
Ashley?
Raven, down. And that they both of you would get administered morphine, and you're just kind of like sitting across the hall from each other, drugged out of your mind as night falls.
Interesting.
Is there anything you can see each other? You're like in opposite sides of the hallway in different rooms, and the doctors, they do their thing, and then they leave to let you guys rest.
This would be like a good time, because I would imagine being on a drug like this might lower your inhibitions. Just a thought.
A good time for what?
Well, just like say something your character might not normally say.
Oh.
I don't. I was looking up how to treat second-degree burns. Sorry.
Raven, you're a really good roommate.
Thank you. I'm not sure that I can say the same about you right now.
Damn. Damn.
Oh, forlorn look at my face.
Raven is really worried that she has gotten herself mixed up with the wrong people. So, but Raven's not gonna like stick around in the hospital too long though, because she left Tobias in the car. So,
Okay. They did give you morphine, so after that wears off, you'll probably check out later that night.
Yeah.
Now, rewinding a bit to Yuko when the fire was happening at the apartment. You've been driving with Miss Riley for a while now, and she takes you out to the Fens, actually, the same place where you held Richard up.
What's going on out here then? Why this place?
Now, nearby, next to the Fens, is a strip called the Fenway, and it's mostly like bars and casinos. And so she finds a parking spot, and she gets out of the car, just kind of ignoring your question, frankly. And she starts heading out into the swamp.
Typical. Always silent. Chip on their shoulder. It's Miss Riley I know. But she seems to know things I need to know, so I follow her.
Cross the street and head down the hill into the Fens. And as you're walking, she kind of looks over her shoulder at you. Tell me more about this dream you had.
Well, like I said, there were thorns everywhere. Big fucking thorns. I'm talking bigger than you and me. Big. Everywhere. And there was a path. And I followed the path, but I had to push through those thorns at times to get through them. And when I woke up, there were scratches on my skin. Like I was actually there. And as I'm just trudging along through the, water, my feet just whoosh, 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 through the swamp water, I continue.
You're not actually in the water, but the ground is quite muddy and moist.
Okay. And I woke up, and then I was back here, and then I went back again when I fell asleep again. And that time I was closer to the tower. I saw. It was like it was calling for me. I don't know, I just felt drawn to it for some reason. And then I saw these little things. They were like, I don't know, fairies, I guess? I don't know. But I started to talk to them, and they said something about the supernal something of another path kind of deal. I didn't really get any of it. I thought it was just a hallucination of my deranged mind or some bullshit. And then I made a deal with them. I was fucking stupid. They asked me, what is the information worth to you? And I told them it was worth everything. And they knew my name. Well, I guess that makes sense, it's part of my mind, right? So obviously I know my own name. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it?
It's funny, always had you pegged for a nasty ghost.
What?
Nothing. Go on.
They took everything. And at this point, I have like a little bit of an embarrassed look on my face. I gave them all of my clothes. Kept my gun, though. I convinced them to let me keep that, and I continued on. And the strange thing was, when I came to again, I was right there at the tower. And I woke up, and my clothes were gone. Like somebody had stolen them out of the locker.
Fate works in mysterious ways, huh?
Fate. You mean it was meant to happen?
Potentially. I've been told... I'm getting some echoing from Marie's side.
Oh. I don't know what that is, but I will mute, I guess.
Okay, cool. I've been told that fate can be changed. It's mutable in many ways.
Do you think that my fate can be changed?
She shrugs. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, that's reassuring.
What exactly do you think your fate is?
Yuko, she looks away. I'm gonna die.
I hate to break it to you, but we're all gonna die.
That's
We'll all be maggot food soon.
That's not what I mean. You know, it's not going to be a pleasant death, if such a thing even exists. I mean that whatever it was that attacked me is going to come back, and it's going to fucking kill me.
You guys come to the edge of the swamp. Kind of like this lake that's in the middle of it. I hate to break it to you, Yuko. She kind of like looks over her shoulder at you. You're probably right.
Are you there?
Did you hear what I said?
The last thing I heard is you're probably right.
Yes.
Okay. What do you... Okay, I'm probably right. Why are we here?
She pulls out her cigarettes, pulls out a cigarette, lights it up. There's a gate here to the shadow, the spirit world. She takes a long drag on the cigarette.
Oh, so now you're telling me about all of these things. What changed?
You're having the dream, so maybe that means there's something I want to show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what is it?
She starts walking along the edge of the water and until she comes to a dead rabbit. The water. It's been mauled by like a coyote or something. Its guts are laying tangled out in the mud. Its eyes are bulging.
Oh, that's lovely.
She kind of like pushes it around with her boot for a moment, and then looks back at you. I'm gonna show you something, and it might hurt.
I sort of like... I'm taken aback by this. What do you mean?
You think you can handle it?
Well, what is it? And why?
She leans down, kneeling down next to the rabbit, and she begins just kind of whispering, just gibberish under her mouth, under her breath. Just... And it's the strangest thing because, like, as you watch what she's doing, it's like sometimes when her mouth is closed, you can still hear the whispering. Sometimes when her mouth is moving, you hear nothing at all. It's almost like the sound is like cutting in and out, or like she's lagging somehow.
I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever seen somebody lag in real life.
And she reaches out and she places a hand on the rabbit. And the rabbit jolts, shudders, and then it sits up. And it looks at you.
But...
It starts kind of like crawling around on its forelegs, pulling its intestines behind it.
I just stare. And I cannot say anything. I literally just stare at it. With this sort of like scared expression on my face. Frankly, terrified.
You okay? She takes a long drag on her cigarette, watching you intently as she does.
I look at her. How?
What do you know about Atlantis?
Well, I look to the rabbit as it just continues to do its thing. I know that it's lost. At least according to Disney. And that's more of a nervous laugh, by the way.
She just stares at you, just intensely, while you're doing that.
I I don't understand. I mean, what is some...
No, you don't understand. You really don't, Yuko. But you're getting there. I think you are.
What does this have to do with that place?
Which place?
You know, the place I went.
Right. Look. Magic, it's real.
Well, I think I can safely assume that, unless I'm just fucking insane. Which is equally
And
as
it's
possible.
all around us. It's in everything, in the air we breathe.
Okay.
Long ago, before recorded history, magic users, mages, they controlled the world. Humanity rose to impossible heights that today we can simply not even fathom. The very laws of nature obeyed our every whim.
Okay. And are you one of these mages, then?
I am. I'm a necromancer of the leaden coin.
You know, they said something about something similar. Uh, Lunargent Thorn? I think it was?
Above us. This isn't... This world, everything around it, all the shit, all the horror, it's not real. It's a lie, an illusion.
Then what is real?
The supernal realms are real. It's where we draw our magic from.
Is that place one of the... Is that a part of it?
Yeah, I think you went to Arcadia.
So I have questions. If these...
I would imagine.
You know, if this is true, and magic is real, where are all the mages? I mean, come on, surely they would be, you know, doing their thing, right?
We don't know exactly what happened. Long ago, the old stories, they talk about the mages. They wanted to ascend to the heavens, rise up to the supernal realm, go from being mere actors in a play to the puppeteers making everything work. They wanted to become gods.
Okay.
And in their hubris, they cast a great spell, a spell known as the Celestial Ladder, that would allow them to ascend.
So they left.
Yes, they tried to. They wanted to bridge the gap between our world and the higher realms.
And,
But shit went wrong,
I mean,
Yuko. It went so wrong.
And...
A war broke out. Mage against mage, they started fighting, and in the process, they broke the ladder, and split the world in two.
But why? Why fight?
Well, when everyone wants to be a god, I imagine the heavens get pretty crowded, huh?
Are you saying there literally wasn't enough room?
I'm saying their pride and their hubris and their desires got in the way of each other. Potentially.
Okay. And she
When they-
lowers her gaze as she continues to listen.
Long ago, it's said that when we die, our souls, that they would return to the supernal realms to be reforged and reborn before descending back down to the material world. But things don't work like that anymore. When the ladders was destroyed, it split the realms in two, and it formed a gulf of nothingness, of unreality, a paradox between the two worlds. We call it the abyss.
The abyss.
It came from
Can you say that again? You cut out.
the thing that attacked you. It came from there.
I look up at her, and instantly she's got my attention again. But why? Why attack me? I don't understand. Why me?
Guess he just looked tasty.
There's gotta be more to it than that. It can't just be a coincidence.
There are mages known as Skelessi. They work with the abyss, worship it. You probably don't remember because sleepers they don't remember when they see magic. But you were kidnapped. You were taken against your will, and you were offered up as a sacrifice to this entity. An entity that me and my brothers were hunting.
I look at her for a second. I was kidnapped.
You were kidnapped, yes.
And I just, shake my head for a second. Would it be okay to say, maybe, just some images or voices or something just, creep up from within her mind? At this point? If not, I completely understand. I was just curious.
No, you got nothing. It's all blank slate.
Okay. I just can. How can I use this information?
Don't leave Boston. It's out there. It's still out there waiting for you.
So I was right. There is something about Boston.
Yeah, we're protecting you.
Who's we?
Me and my brothers, like I said. And I suppose the Concilium, but not really.
I see.
Tell me, do you remember how you got through college?
How I got through college.
Yeah, who paid for it?
You did?
She smiles and kind of nods. Not me personally. But you have the eye of higher-ups. They got an interest in you.
Why?
She shrugs. Not my place to say. Guess you just seem useful.
And at this point, she just, kind of gets pissed. Because I'm useful. And that's all there is to it, huh?
Well, if you want to be cynical about it, sure.
I guess I owe you, though. I do.
Yeah, you do. More than you realize.
What's that mean?
It means 2 of my friends died trying to get you out of there. We lost a lot fighting that thing. Didn't even manage to kill it, we just tucked and ran. Dragging you with us.
I'm sorry.
If that car hadn't if that poor fucker in that car hadn't driven by when he did, I don't know. Didn't turn out well for him though.
I don't know what else to say besides I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not your fault. None of this is your fault, Yuko.
happens now then?
Well, now you either forget everything I just told you, and we go back to whatever we were before, or you, in a few hours, if you remember, I can start introducing you to a few people.
I don't want to forget.
If you're having the dreams, I don't think you will.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
And I want you to be honest with me. Would you miss me?
What's that supposed to mean? Would I miss you?
Well, we're friends, aren't we?
Make a empathy. Ooh, empathy. Empathy wits.
Okay. I have nothing in empathy, and 4 points in wits. 1 second. Two successes, one is a 10.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
What kind of question is that, Yuko? This is a job. She kind of like, but you can tell that like she's taken aback by that question. Like there's definitely something more that she's not letting on, and she kind of like quickly averts her eyes and looks away.
I see. Sorry to have caused you to be uncomfortable.
Another long drag on the cigarette. She casually raises her boot and just like crushes the rabbit's head under it.
That's disgusting.
That's life.
Just guess it is, isn't it?
Anything else you want to ask me?
So, you talk about this tower, and you talk about being a mage. I guess that means I'm one of you as well?
Not yet. But maybe someday? Maybe. It's not a certainty. Right now, you're what we'd call a sleepwalker. You're beginning to understand. The curse, it's not affecting you like it affects other people.
Curse.
Hopefully, in a few hours, you're going to remember this. Yeah, curse. When the abyss appeared, when the worlds were split asunder, it didn't just stay between the worlds. It leaked into this one. It polluted it. It corrupted it. It contaminated it. Every person you meet, every person who is born with a sliver of the abyss in their soul. And when they see truth, when they see magic, when they remember or have an inkling that mankind used to be something greater than we are now, they forget.
That's terrible.
It is. And it means people like me gotta keep our heads down. Gotta stay low.
So I take it there aren't many mages then?
It's a couple hundred of us in Boston. Not sure about the rest of the world.
I see. My roommate... Shh. What will happen to them?
What do you mean?
Are they safe?
Is anyone safe? You tell me. You know more about your living situation than I do. Why wouldn't they be safe?
Nothing. Just forget it.
She kind of shrugs. Another long drag on the cigarette.
So the only reason you brought me out here is to show me a rabbit?
Hey, we could have done this somewhere else, but you wanted to see a place of magical significance.
And you
Here
said
we are.
And you said there's a gateway here, right?
Yeah, we can't see it though.
A gateway to where exactly? The
The spirit world. No, no. Those are very hard to find. Nah, this one's a gateway to the shadow, the spirit realm.
And how is that different from the supernal?
It's a reflection of this world, all its concepts, all... Man.
And are there gateways to that place?
Arcadia?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you where to find one, but yeah.
I see.
Now, I'm a necromancer, I don't deal with spirits. But you know what animism is, right? The idea that everything is alive in some way.
Yeah. Everything has a soul.
Well, it's kind of true. And those souls of spirits, they shadow. Yeah, it's kind of like a mirror image of our world, but even more fucked up, would you believe?
Really?
There's not a lot I can tell you about it. I've only been there once, but it was not a place I want to go back to.
I see. I'm gonna look around the area for a moment. Do I notice anything particularly strange? Out of the ordinary?
No, you don't. There's a ways off. There's like a car, like half submerged in the lake. But other than that,
I see. Well, there doesn't really seem to be a whole lot going on here.
you told me just to take you somewhere.
You
I
did.
took you to a safe spot where the supernatural happens. This area, it gets a lot of those homosexuals, and certain spirits of lust and desire like to show up here sometimes and watch.
What do you mean, like demons?
No, demons are their own thing, honey. But sometimes spirits, sometimes they cross through the gate here, sometimes they possess some of the people that come here to do their whatever. It usually doesn't end well for those people.
Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Hey, wait a second. Is this one of those ley lines?
There are ley lines in the area. A few pass pretty close to here, but no, they're not connected to the shadow. At least as not as far as I know. I'm no expert on the topic, mind you.
I see. Are these spirits useful? Can they be useful? Or are they just bad?
In my opinion, they're more trouble than they're worth, but they are old. They know many things, or so I've been told.
And you've never tried to contact one?
Nah, I leave that to the virus.
Virus.
A path of made. They're... When the abyss formed, when it separated the worlds, there were still some mages trapped in the... Well, not trapped, but free in the supernal world, and some of them decided to dedicate themselves to the enlightenment of those left behind. They made themselves into watchtowers, and they call from the supernal.
Wait a second. You mean that tower was a person?
She smirks. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's trippy, but okay.
I don't know if there's still people. I don't know if there's still a person, but yeah, they were, or so the legends go.
You know, I'm thinking. There's gotta be a way I can get back there. Even if just one more time. I was so close to that tower. The last time I went to sleep, I was able to reach it. Do you think sleeping again would get me there?
It's one of the great mysteries of the universe. We hear the call, and sometimes we awaken, sometimes we don't.
Well, I guess
No one
there's-
really knows how to become a mage, you know. If we did, we'd make everyone mages, you know?
Why make everybody mages? That seems kind of dumb.
It does?
I don't mean that.
What makes
in
you say that?
But think about it. If somebody had the tools like this, I mean, what would the world look like? You know, I'm sure magic is a wonderful thing, but it has to be just as equally terrible in the wrong hands.
She kind of like smirks to herself. You're not wrong. Not wrong. But we wouldn't have to hide anymore. We'd be able to use magic openly for the betterment of mankind, don't you think? What if we could get everyone out of this hell that we live in and into the higher realms above? Yuko, we could have been gods. We could have been so much more than this.
Could have.
Yeah.
Maybe we still can. Anything's possible, right?
Many mages think it is possible. They strive for ascension all their lives and die old and withered on their beds.
Well, I mean, think about it. If it's happened once, it's gonna happen again. Right? Given
Well.
enough time.
I've never met anyone who's managed to permanently reside in the supernal.
Yeah, well, we used to not know anybody that could fly either.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I don't know how much of a, example that is, but it's something, right?
Yeah, it's something.
This has been useful, but I think I'm gonna go and try to get back there.
I wish I had some sort of instructions to give you, but that I don't. Just keep doing what you're doing. And don't leave Boston, you hear me?
Yeah, I won't.
Good. I'll give you a drive back to your place.
Thanks.
So, after about like a 15-minute ride, or no, like 25 minutes, you managed to get back to the apartment.
And as soon as I see what's going on, I'm like, what the fuck? And I get out of the car and I, run up to the apartment, seeing all of the damage.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of firefighters like milling about in your house. They've opened the windows to kind of air it out.
What happened? I asked one of them.
Fire.
Where are my roommates? Are they okay?
One of them was pretty badly burned. Got taken off in a ambulance. I'm not sure what happened to the other one. She drove off, I think.
Where did they take her?
Hey Fred, you know where they took her? Yeah. St. Clair. It's the same hospital you were at.
Thank you. I go back out to Miss Riley. I gotta go to the hospital.
Alright, jump in. I'll drop you off there.
Thank you.
Sure seem to visit this place a lot, huh?
Yeah, I guess it was meant to be.
So she drives you to the hospital and drops you off out front. Hey, listen, Yuko. I'll. You remember what we talked about? You feeling all right? No sweats, no chills.
No, I remember everything.
She nods. Okay. I'm gonna call you in a few days, introduce you to some people, okay?
Okay. Thank you, I say as I step out of the car.
Mm-hmm. She kind of nods and drives off.
Alright, I rush into the hospital, going up to the nurse's station. My own hands and whatever parts of me were burned, by the way, are still wrapped in the bandages that they had.
You get to the checkout and they ask if you're family.
They're my roommates. I was here the other night with one of them. He got burned before.
I'm sorry, ma'am. It's against it's against the hospital policy to let non-family back. You can wait. I know one of them was planning on checking out pretty soon.
Which one?
The white lady, dreads. I don't remember her name.
Raven. You're talking about Raven. Can you please go and get her for me?
Sure, I'll let her know you're here.
Okay. Thank you.
She gets up and Raven, you've kind of you've woken up by this point. Beth is still under, and the doctor comes in to give you some discharge papers. And around this time, the nurse walks in and tells you that someone has arrived in the waiting room for you.
Who is it?
Oh, they didn't give me their name. She said she was a roommate of yours.
Oh, Yuko. Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Can she come back here?
Uh, she's waiting. She's in the waiting room.
Okay. All right. I'll get whatever papers I have to get and go out to the waiting room.
All right. Raven appears, freshly bandaged.
Jesus Christ, Raven, what happened? Are you okay?
Well, I'm better than Beth is. You know that fire monster you guys were telling me about?
It came again, didn't it?
Seems like he made an appearance at our apartment.
Lovely. I'm sure Margaret is very happy with us.
Oh man, Margaret, whole other thing, man.
What about Beth?
She,
Is she okay?
well, she'll be okay, but she's probably going to be in the hospital for a couple of days, and she's burned pretty good on her arms and her shoulders, and even on her face and neck.
I see.
They said just second degree though, so could have been worse, I guess.
Could always be worse, right?
Yeah. I gotta go check on Tobias though. I had to leave him in the car. I couldn't leave him at home.
I see. I think I'm gonna stay here. I don't know. I can't go back there to see Beth, but I don't want to leave her alone.
She's the under, man. They gave her a bunch of morphine. She's not even conscious right now.
I consider where she's at. And she's in this hospital. She's probably gonna be safe. I'm gonna go back home.
Okay. So the two of you leave.
So yeah, so on the ride back, I am gonna tell Yuko about Margaret and like what she was doing in the bedroom, and then the argument that we had and all that stuff.
A thought just crosses my mind. Margaret the Mage. Huh. I wonder if that's what it is. That's really strange, I say out loud.
Yeah,
I should also add that a bashing damage is healed every 15 minutes, so...
And she was speaking in some kind of weird language, you said?
Yeah, just, it sounded like gibberish. Like when you see those things on TV where people are speaking in tongues at churches or whatever.
Would you describe it as laggy?
Laggy?
Yeah. Like kind of choppy, in and out.
I don't remember you describing it that way, Micah. Did you?
You didn't see her lips.
Okay. No, I don't know. I guess I don't know what you mean.
Oh well. I'm just ready to go to sleep. What about you?
Well, yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. Margaret's so mad. She really seems to have it out for us now.
Well, I mean, if she wanted to kill us, she probably would. And then it crosses my mind. I just make a tangent in my mind. And I just, you notice Yuko just, noticeably, bends forward. And she says under her breath, what if she's in on this whole thing? She says that out loud.
In on what whole thing?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
That hardly seems like the kind of thing I could just not worry about.
It's, just don't worry about it, okay? Please?
You arrive at your apartment in the parking lot.
All right, whatever, Yuko.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my phone. And I'm gonna text Miss Riley.
Okay.
And I say, is my landlord in on this whole thing?
Evens or odds?
Odds.
She does not reply.
Fuck. She didn't reply. She probably got my message, because I'd imagine she's still awake.
Maybe she's dead.
Which means that she chose not to reply. Which
Or she's
means that I've found something.
Or she's dead.
Or maybe she just didn't see the message.
Or you're dead.
Is this my inner discourse? If it's not, or she's dead, or it's I'm dead.
I just feel like I'm just playing the part of your inner dialogue, yeah.
Yeah, you're my inner dialogue, and I'm your fucking lizard.
Now you know what kind of conversations I have with Tobias.
Okay. Now the question is, and this is all internal dialogue I had, but I'm not saying this out loud. I'm in the apartment and I'm just sort of pacing around my room, and I'm just wondering. So do I ask Margaret if she knows anything about all this, or do I just let it go? Do we have a movie collection, Micah?
I don't know, do you? You tell me.
You guys never even answered me when I asked you if we had a TV, so.
That's a good fucking question. We
So-
didn't answer that question, do we?
So
Do we have a
no,
TV?
I didn't.
You
I did
guys do not
put
have
that
a
in the
TV.
diagram because
Okay, so we probably don't have a DVD
nobody answered
collection.
me.
No, we probably have lots of pirated stuff. I mean, my programming skills have to be good for something, right?
Okay.
I mean, I personally don't have a TV, but I watch movies on my laptop. So
Fuck it. Never mind. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with Margaret. She's probably a fucking. I don't know. She's crazy as fuck. She's mean. She's a menace. I'm just gonna let it go.
well, and she's probably on her way to legally keep kicking us out of here.
There goes my inner discourse again.
I gotta be good for something.
I'm going to. I'm gonna meditate before I go to bed, and I'm just gonna think as hard as I can.
Cool, like free flow thoughts. Like I can just go.
Sure. And I'm just gonna sit there,
I'm just kidding.
and I'm gonna think about that tower and that place as much as I possibly can as I fall asleep.
Okay. Let's see here. So believe it or not, meditation actually has mechanical benefits.
Holy shit. Well then.
I meditate every day.
Let me just quickly scan through this really quick.
That's not meditate. That's
Well, I medicate too, but that's different thing.
What's
I'm
the
talk-
difference?
I'm talking
really?
about- I'm talking about my character. I medicate. My character meditates.
Hey, you know, that's only like a one-letter difference. You know? You just replace one of the D's with a C, I think. 1 second, let me check that. I think so. Anyways, keep on going, Micah.
So, essentially what meditation allows you to do from a mechanical perspective is it gives you a +1 on breaking point rolls.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can make a composure wits roll to see if you are able to have a really good meditation session.
Yeah, and I'll add a point of willpower to boot. Composure, wits, +3. That's kick-ass.
Sounds good.
I think that's 10. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 1 success.
Oh. Yeah, so you meditate, but like it doesn't do anything. You have to get a certain number of successes in order to
Okay.
have an effect.
That's fair enough.
But yeah, you think about the towers until you drift off to sleep. And what about you, Raven? How do you spend the rest of your evening?
I'm gonna do some, Google research on the legalities of getting kicked out of your apartment.
That sounds fair.
How Okay, I have a couple of questions. I know what day of week it is, but where are we in the month?
You are in November.
But like what part of the month?
Mid-November.
Mid-November. So have we not paid November's rent yet?
No, you haven't.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
So it's not okay. I knew we were like supposed to be getting rent, but I didn't know if it was like overdue or if it was like
The
next month.
1200 that Margaret yelled at you at the very first session was actually a combination of what you haven't paid from October as well as November.
How much is our rent?
1200.
So, therefore, I gather we've been paying on it as much as we can.
Yes, you have.
Fair enough.
Well, our monthly rent is 1,200.
No, your monthly rent is like 800. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
I'll say.
but we owe a total of 12.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that number may very well increase now that there's been damages to the apartment.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Okay. I just, I'm just looking at, at not that I'm not like thinking, oh, we're gonna fight her on it, but I just want to know what our legal rights are as far as like how long we have to move out if she does, you know what I mean? Like if she decides to evict us or whatever, like she can't just tell us to leave that day or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna look up that kind of stuff, find
Fair
out some
enough.
information about that.
And I think we should take a 10-minute bathroom break, and then we can come back and do another hour.
Sounds good to me.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
I shall be right back.
Return.
Okay.
Hopefully, unless I'm dead. Be back. Is anybody there, huh?
Think, McFly, think.
Maybe I'm just dead.
No
Or maybe
Back to
they're
the
dead.
Future fans? What? Mitchell,
Yeah.
if you laughed at my joke, it was on mute. You didn't laugh at my
Oh,
joke.
fuck, I fucking muted myself.
If you didn't laugh at his joke, then fuck you, Mitchell.
That's right.
I've been talking this whole time.
I know. I was like, he's on mute. I bet he doesn't know he's on mute.
God damn it. That would happen to me. Man, this session is really turning into something, isn't it, guys?
Yeah. Something. It's something, all right.
We'll soon have the condition homeless.
Yeah. We will.
Do
We
we
will all.
do we get a +2 on begging rolls?
Yeah. Gonna have to go sit out the library outside the library, so you better make it up to those librarians.
I'm not allowed to go back.
Uh-oh. Well, you don't have to go in. You're just have to sit outside.
You feeling hot?
Hmm?
So are you feeling hot? Summer daughter's like, that's a lot of chocolate. We better turn that into waste heat or something.
If you want to turn on the fan over there. That's not a fan. If you're familiar with the female not really.
No, I'm not really familiar with the female anatomy much. I hope you'll teach me something someday. Think you might be able to guide me, show me around.
Wintel's ignoring us anyway.
What is it?
I know you're trying to embarrass me, but you do not want to get into a fight about who can embarrass who more, because I will win that fight, and then we will fight for real.
See, I thought we were on the same side trying to...
trying to embarrass Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you trying to embarrass me about?
We were talking about how much Ben knows about the female anatomy.
Okay.
But you were not listening, evidently, so
Nope.
so
Kinda.
he was indicating that he does not know a lot, and that maybe I could give him some pointers.
Come on now. No, to be honest with you, I'm just kind of immersed at the moment.
Immersed in what?
This story.
Are you meditating on the story?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or are you dead?
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Or both. Are you meditating on the story while you're dead? Maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
Anything is possible, right?
I don't know what you can do when you're dead. I don't remember being dead. If I was dead before. Think there were past lives, Mitchell? What do you think?
I don't see why there couldn't be.
Think there are aliens, Mitchell?
Absolutely.
You think Bigfoot's real?
Anything is possible. I can't prove to you that Bigfoot is not real.
Thankfully, the burden of proof is definitely on the Bigfoot person.
I don't know. I feel like the burden of proof, kind of shoots a whole lot of ideas down that it ought not to.
Really?
Yeah.
You do not want to get in this conversation with Benjamin.
I'm not saying that the burden. I'm not saying that the burden of proof is, not legitimate. I think that you should have to prove your claims. But what I'm saying is that just because the burden of proof is placed on somebody making a claim doesn't mean that their claim should automatically be dismissed just because the apparent burden of proof seems too great to overcome.
What you're saying, Mitchell, is the absence of proof does not equal proof of absence.
Yeah, basically.
True. So if you were to use that burden of proof, then you would have to admit, aliens, first farting fairies, and so on.
Hey man, anything is fucking possible.
Also, what?
Also, as well documented and supported.
The way I look at it,
Yeah, they could exist, is all it's saying.
if life happened here, it has to have happened somewhere else.
I feel like that too, but I also feel like because if you look at like all the, we have one star, right? And it's got planets around it, and then moons around those planets and whatever. I mean, if you look at all the stars that you can even see and imagine all the planets and moons and things that are around those stars, you figure that we're probably not the only ones out there.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that just because, even if we haven't found another planet capable of sustaining life like our lives, that doesn't mean that they're not capable of sustaining any life. Life could look totally different than what it looks like for us. You know what I mean?
I agree. And I think that a lot of people shoot down, because we only know life as we know it.
Yeah.
Life could exist, like you said, in completely alien forms.
Exactly. We could have encountered life and we just don't know it because we don't recognize it as life because it's so different from us.
Indeed.
I like it.
I think we're pretty primitive, really.
Who knows?
Agreed. Not the who knows, but yes, I guess the who knows.
I really feel like we're not like humans. Humans are basically, like we can use tools, but we're basically just running around throwing our shit at each other still. So, like, it's not really, we haven't really advanced in any way.
Nah, we have advanced. We've weaponized our shit.
Well, that's true. Our shit can kill other people instead of just make a mess. So that's true.
I'm throwing my poo at you.
It's my lethal poo. My poo will kill you. Pew pew.
God, all of the people of YouTube are gonna see this.
Oh, this is still recording?
Yes.
Oh, the whole thing about Ben's knowledge of anatomy was being recorded.
It's been recorded.
Excellent.
This
But they
whole
don't know that my last name is Carlson.
Or that you live in the suburbs of Cleveland and you're 27 years old, blonde.
Shit, man. You might as well
Lots
give them
of
your whole
hair.
fucking address.
Lots of hair.
Just on my head. The rest of my body is like shorn like a sheep. But... Hashtag shorn like a sheep.
Hashtag shorn. Sheep shorn.
Welcome back, Micah.
Hey,
Micah's back.
Just give me a second. I'm getting settled in.
Micah's getting settled in.
But is Micah dead? I hope not. Fuck.
Micah, you missed some interesting conversation.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there was talk about aliens and sex, but surprisingly, no probing.
Interesting.
And the sex wasn't related to the aliens at all. Those were two completely separate conversations.
Were they?
Well, well, I don't, unless you think Ben's an alien, which I mean, we can't prove he's not an alien. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, for
So-
all I know, Ben is an alien here studying the,
He's studying the female anatomy.
No, no, goddamn it.
Excellent. Challenge accepted.
He's like a human biologist, except that word doesn't mean exactly what you think it means. He studies humans. He's got a journal. It's day 193. The humans have accepted me as their own. That's a more of a nervous laugh. You see, I'm onto you, Ben. I know.
I've tried to be very subtle in my questions, and I don't know, but I think only women have some of these private parts.
Anyways, are we ready to continue?
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
Not like the everything they taught you in school is bullshit. Just start there. Once you graduate, you just need to start with a clean slate, because everything they taught you there was bullshit.
Hey guys, what if Mage, the game, is just like a mage who's made a game to tell us about the way the world really is?
Oh, that'd be like a dream come true. Like, fucking hell.
Would it? Would it though?
I don't really know Mage the game, so
I mean, I've dreamt of like having magic my entire life, so like that would be fucking incredible. But mages do stuff like that. They conceal supernal truths in written material, and
Yeah, it's just like the Changeling book is actually written by a changeling. Yeah. Just think about that for a second. It makes it a whole lot more terrifying when you think about it like that. Anyways.
maybe, and just hear me out on this. Maybe the Bible was written by God.
Well, actually...
I love how you guys are like, a changeling wrote the Changeling book, and a mage wrote Mage. But God, that's a bunch of bullshit. Who believes that shit?
I mean, to be fair, there have been millennia of skeptics kind of debunk that.
I'm not saying I believe it any more than you guys do. I'm just saying it's kind of funny that we have this whole other conversation where we're like, that's totally possible. And I'm like, God, fuck that shit.
It's because the Bible
Bigfoot
isn't...
totally could be real. There's aliens out there, blah, 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 blah. God is a bunch of fucking bullshit.
No, it's because, Christianity isn't nearly as cool.
Yeah.
that is true. Yeah.
Anyways, if we're ready to continue.
We're probably offending our viewers now, so.
My viewers.
All 11 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 of which are probably us
Yeah.
in the future.
God damn.
Actually, I have not watched a single one, so.
Oh, okay. We seem to be getting like around 11 views, but I doubt those people are watching it all the way through.
Actually, my views have gone up to like 30 something.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
What?
There are 30 people on the planet who actually give a shit what we are doing.
Hey man.
Or just one person with a really bad memory and has to keep watching it.
Secretly, like 15 of those views are from me. Anyways, let's continue. Keep on getting sidetracked.
Actually, that's probably not too far off, considering like they're like a 4-hour long video. So like if I'm trying to like watch it, I like have to come back like 5 times. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so Beth, you wake up in the hospital, coming
Okay.
down from the morphine.
This is your new home. You live here now.
What do? You're in the hospital room. It's nighttime. The hospital's
Probably.
silent, quiet.
I pushed a button for more morphine, huh?
when there's pain, I'll press the button. That's for sure.
You're still coming down from the morphine, so it's not feeling too bad at the moment.
I'm not damaged enough that there'd be like oxygen or ICU kind of.
No.
Good. All I'm going to be able to think about is how if the whatever comes back, it's going to set fire to a hospital, and so I'm feeling like maybe I need to get out of here too. Where would I go? Where would I go that wouldn't be accessible to fire monster and kill everything?
Are Beth's eyes covered?
No, they are not.
Or not her face? Okay.
I'm imagining the burns kind of like on her like cheek and chin.
Okay.
Well, that's good, because I'm guessing fire and eyes probably not good.
Yeah, it's a poor combo.
I will see if I can get somebody to let me use my phone. Like, I'm awake, I'm alive. I need my Facebook fix.
I'll say that your possessions weren't locked away. They're laying on the table next to your bed.
That's sweet.
Now she's just gonna fumble through the bandages to get a hold of her phone.
Yeah. I probably won't be able to get my phone to work. It's a touchscreen, right? Crap.
Hey Siri? Did I just trigger your phone? In the background?
That was a total coincidence because it's set to go off and remind me to take my medicine at 9:15.
That's hilarious. I thought I fucking set
Total
your phone
coincidence.
Okay, so what's going on, Ben? What you doing?
I guess I don't have any way of really studying the thing that I'm obsessed with, so maybe I should concentrate on learning stuff about, my grandmother. So I will try to use the voice Siri recognition and try to get it to call my parents, and then I can tell them, that I'm in the hospital and that I was hoping to talk to them anyway, but I hadn't gotten around to it. But now I appear to have plenty of time since I'm in the hospital.
Yeah, your mother answers the phone, and she's quite shocked and taken aback by this. She just like keeps asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
I'm like, I appear to be fine. I just don't know about this place that I'm staying at. There's been 2 fires. It's so weird. Hey, you remember that fire? Whatever happened to that fire when I was a kid? Remember that?
Oh yes. When your father left the stove on, that was bad. Now that set us back quite a bit.
Well, no, I mean there was the person on the other side of town, like their house got on fire, and I don't remember if there were any survivors or anything.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, sweetie.
Oh. I think it was
Fire.
And Wilson.
How long ago was this?
High school.
How much have you told your parents about what happened that night?
Oh, I don't think she'd be proud of it. So I'm gonna say none.
Yeah, she's like, I'm sorry, honey, I'm not remembering.
Oh well, that's okay. Well, while I have you on the phone, do you guys have some pics that I might be able to scan with about grandma? I was hoping to make a collage or something.
Oh yeah,
I got around.
I'm sure we could find something. Why do you bring that up?
Oh, it's been on my mind lately, and I have had a lot of time to just think. Now that I'm in bed, that
Yeah, I
gets
think
you
we
to
have
think about it.
some photos and maybe a few diaries of hers in the attic. I'm not gonna pull them out right now. It's like 11, honey.
Oh no, that's fine. I just wanted you to know that I was here and that I'm fine, and I hope to visit you guys sometime. And I guess that's it. If you want to,
How long do you think you'll be in the hospital?
they said a few days. And they said
Okay.
that there'd be a little bit of scarring, but that it probably won't be any, serious long-term damage, to anything. Thankfully, it didn't get to my eyes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
But,
very I'm glad.
yeah. Well, I'm
We'll
sorry to
come
call you
down and
so late.
visit you tomorrow.
Oh, we don't have to make that long trip. But
Oh,
yeah, I guess it will be.
it's all right, honey. Like, w- I want to be there for you. You know, is there anything you want me to bring by the hospital? I mean, besides the photos.
Oh well, I mean, the diaries sounded like they'd be pretty good.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Well, and if it's bad weather, if it's icy roads or whatever, you know, don't go too much out of your way. I don't want you guys to have to face weather that's no good.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Do you know what the hospital visiting hours are? Never mind. I'll call and find out. You
Oh,
sleep well, okay, honey?
okay, yeah, I think I'll go press the morphine button. Thanks, Mom.
Have a good night, sweetie. We love you.
Love you too. Tell Dad I love him.
Will do. And she hangs up.
Excellent. I too will him.
You will say end call.
And I think I will, you know, press that morphine button and see. Maybe I can talk to my grandmother again with enough meds.
Morphine.
So yeah, you press the morphine button. Nurse comes in. You do you just complain about the pain until they give you some more morphine?
Well, if it won't give me if just pressing the button won't work anymore, I don't know how I'd feel about complaining.
They usually put you on a machine that regulates, like you can only push the button every 2 hours or how many ever hours it is. So if the button is like if you can push if you're if the light is on saying you can push the button and then you push the button, it just puts the morphine into your IV.
Oh, okay.
But
Yes,
if
you
you
do that, and the morphine starts dripping back in. And
Morphine.
let's see here.
I wish you didn't have to be seriously injured to get hooked up to morphine.
Legally, is that-
Legally. Yeah, I mean I guess you do.
Okay, I'm just reading something about drugs, really quick.
Sweet.
Drugs are bad.
Psh, nah. I don't believe it.
Marijuana is the gateway drug.
Gateway to snacks.
gateway.
If you
The gateway to Chick-fil-A. Nobody wants that.
yeah, I mean, come on, man. Couldn't you pick a better restaurant?
I'm saying they're evil. It's the gateway to evil.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. Now.
That's why I picked Chick-fil-A, because they're evil.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, I think White Castle has a similar level of evilness associated with their food, not necessarily their
Politics.
but
What's your stamina, Beth?
my stamina is a stat I have on my character sheet.
I keep...
Stamina is 3. 3 is the stamina, and the counting of the stamina will be 3. No more, no less.
3 is what the stamina equals. Stamina is equal to 3.
Oh god, it's
5
been so long
is
since
right
I've seen
out.
that movie.
Man, you guys are 3 times more powerful than me. What a coincidence.
You have stamina of 1?
Yeah.
What's my stamina? Where the fuck is stamina?
It is in the physical attribute.
Oh, I have a stamina of 2.
I like how you guys are all just kind of like escalating in stamina.
What?
You literally go from 1 to 3. Anyway, so you kind of like drift off to sleep for a bit. And...
You're cutting in and out, Micah.
I am?
Really? Because for once he's actually like crystal clear for me.
God damn it.
Which is really ironic.
Well, it's probably me because Mitchell seems to be cutting in and out too.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, seems to be better.
Okay. I unplugged and replugged my headphones.
Nope, not better at all.
Well,
Should I leave and come back in?
Yeah, why not?
is it that bad?
Yeah, we can't understand what you're saying at all.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let me leave and come back.
Hey though, if you wanna hop over in this direction for a second, Mike. You there, man?
Yeah. 1 sec, I'm eating a sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
Okay, talk about your sandwich for a minute.
It's chicken and cheese with mayo.
Oh, fuck.
It's fucking good, man.
I believe it. I mean,
Like
it's...
chicken salad?
No,
like-
it's like sliced chicken.
Like chicken lunch meat kind of stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
I got some American fake plastic cheese here on white bread and mayo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're living the
Nothing.
fucking life.
Nothing like fake plastic cheese. That is yummy.
It is.
Okay.
Terrible for you.
Can you hear us, by the way?
Yep.
Cool, cool. So, Beth, I want you suddenly wake to the smell of smoke.
No! Shit.
I will press the nurse call button. I think it only
So
goes
as
in
you're
once.
as you're pressing the button, fire alarms start like going off throughout the hospital, just and you can actually see like smoke like drifting down the hall and into your room.
That's not originating with you. That's something.
and you are very much still on the morphine. You are totally doped up. And from down the hall, you hear a voice scream, "Bath! Bath!
Good times.
You'll burn! You'll burn!" What do you do?
I think Ben is gonna have nightmares about it.
I'm really getting into character here. I got the morphine drip going. I'm pretty sick of this thing. But if I'm hooked to the morphine,
Pull it out.
when I start bleeding all over the place,
Not
you're
too bad.
in everybody's inner head thing going on.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll draw pictures.
I will yell out. I'll say, "I'm in here! Come and get some!"
Whoa.
And it's probably more
Wow.
like, I'm in here. Come on, have some.
Yay.
It's probably more like that than anything.
So because you're on morphine, all your dice pools, as well as your defense, are reduced by 2. Just so you know.
I think Beth might die here. Oh my god.
Wound penalties are ignored, however. So,
Oh, I got that going for me.
Mm.
you didn't have any wound penalties, but you probably will in a few minutes. As the voice echoes down the hall. I'm coming for ya.
Well, you're in the wrong room.
You're in the wrong room.
I'm gonna see if I can scoot closer to the the faucet in the room. I'm gonna see if I can turn it on. My goal is to be able to spray water at this thing, which I realize won't be very helpful, but at least it's something.
You can't spray water.
He's just gonna cup the water.
Turn
in
it
his
on full power
hand.
and then you just direct it with your hand.
Well, I mean, okay.
He's just gonna slap the water in its drink.
It doesn't have like a spray thing in a hospital.
I do
And
also
you have
want to
get
point
up
out
out
that
of
like
bed.
the
You can't
fire
just
extinguisher
your
did
bed.
nothing to this thing. So
All right, so I
the
guess
fire
I'm
outside.
confused, going, oh, I can't probably scoot over there.
I mean, you might think you can if you're on morphine.
Yeah, you kind of just like struggle and flail about in your bed. Yeah, the bed's not rolling anywhere. And the smoke in the hallway is getting thicker and blacker. You begin hearing screams.
Well, shit.
Honestly, if you're really on morphine, you probably can't even really yell that loud. Like when you're like doped up on morphine, you're probably not even.
You're probably like very vaguely aware of what is happening.
Yeah.
You might
You might think you're yelling, but then you're like, what?
You might even be fucking hallucinating, to be honest with you.
Holy water, chapel, exorcist, psycho, Nightmare on Elm Street.
You could push your nurse's button, probably.
He already did. Or she already did. And as you're kind of yelling out these random words, calling for an exorcist or the Nightmare on Elm Street to come and save you, that's when he appears, this burning figure standing in the doorway at the foot of your bed. You took them from me! You burned them! You burned me!
Why the hell are you here now? Like, this happened like 10 years ago. Why are you suddenly all upset? I think you're full of it. Go to the beyond. You're in the wrong place. You should be in the next place. Go there.
Taking you with me. And he raises his
That's kinda
hand and
rude.
fires a gout of flame at you.
Ah!
And you're prone in bed, so you get no defense.
Oh God.
The burning. It doesn't feel so bad with the morphine. But that doesn't look good at all. Hey, I think it made it up to level 3 on the
Oh
burn.
my god.
On the burns at level 3.
Like 3rd degree. That's what you're saying. Level 3. I'm level 3 burn. Level 3. You're just in bed. Level 3.
So the gout of flame just like washes over you, igniting your bed sheets and burning you for 2 lethal as the flames just lick your face and arms and chest. You're gonna take 2 points of lethal. And what do you do?
I guess I roll off the bed, hoping to use the bed as some sort of, cover. And I guess that doing that might cause my, all the intravenous stuff to pop out. Should be fun.
Yeah, so you roll off the bed and knocking the morphine machine over as you do so. It crashes to the ground as you hit the linoleum floor thud. And you crawl under the bed.
Well, the kind of beds that I've seen in the emergency rooms and so forth, are, they go to the ground. There's, essentially a boulder in the middle of the room is my hope. So I'm getting some other points of view from Marie. No? Am I thinking wrong?
Well, they come up and they have wheels on them and stuff.
They have wheels, but there's nothing. Isn't there like equipment in there? So there's no, like you can't see through it. Wouldn't it give me good cover if I was on one side?
It doesn't go all the way to the ground though.
Oh fuck.
The hospital does have a window in this room. Unfortunately, I'm gonna roll to find out what story you're on.
I'm pretty sure Micah wants to kill you. Wait.
I'm getting.
I don't want anything. It's just the sins of the past are catching up to death.
What?
You know?
What
Yeah, you're
have
on the
you
4th
done?
floor.
What did you do to Micah?
Did you say the 4th floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know how much strength I have, but I just realized that there are wheels on this thing, and I'm going to try to grab one side of it, and then I'm just going to try to push it and see if I can go through the fire guy. And I don't know why that would necessarily work, but I'm hoping it like runs him down, runs him over, something so I can get past him and get out of this building without the ability of flight.
Okay. That sounds like a strength athletics to me.
And then you said I was on -3?
You are at -2 because you're on the morphine. And you're just trying to like bull rush past this guy, right?
Yeah. So athletics and strength with a -2 penalty. I really, really, really don't want to die. So I'll spend my last point of willpower. One success. It is a 10 though, so if, again, if by engaging a ghost I am somehow doing occultism,
Okay.
I could roll that again.
This has come up twice now, so I'm going to reread that condition.
a struggle.
Yeah. One success should be enough, though, as you barge past the creature. Flames kind of licking over the side of the bed as it almost seems to kind of like warp and shift around the bed. But you manage to push through it and find yourself like stumbling out into the hallway, the bed crashing through the closed door where Raven was.
Then
Where I was? What?
You guys there?
Are you guys not hearing me?
We hear you.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, Mitchell, can you hear me?
I can't.
Okay.
So that the room that Raven was in when she was in the hospital.
That she's
but
no
not
longer there. Yes. Yeah. So you push your way through the fire. Thing out into the hall with the closed door.
okay. So I guess we can start a chase scene where I'm trying to get down some stairs because I figure I don't want some fire thing screwing me up while I'm in an elevator.
Sounds fair.
Now, at this time, I will mention that my specialization in athletics is climbing. So if I need to climb some stairs, let me know.
Well, you are running down the stairs because you're on the top floor.
Yes, so I'm climbing down the stairs.
You're not climbing stairs.
Hey, maybe if you get on all fours and you
That's
pretend
not even stairs. Is not even what climbing is.
and you pretend to like climb the stairs on all fours, Michael will let that count. Anyways, let's continue.
So as you start sprinting down the hallway, the hospital is just a scene of chaos. There's doctors running around. Actually, there aren't too many. Most of them have gone home for the night, but the night staff is running around in complete panic. One of the nurses runs up to you as you sprint down the hallway. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay? She like grabs hold of you and like tries to like hold you back.
There's a shooter, or someone was starting the place on fire. I'm just trying to avoid getting killed. You might want to take cover.
A shooter? What are you talking about? And her eyes widen as the flaming figure like steps around the corner, and it raises its hand, and another gout of flame comes out straight toward you.
Right. I would like to shove the nurse. She does not get any of the fire.
Use her.
Nothing to do with her.
Okay. You are standing now, so I believe you have a 1 defense.
What's that?
You're standing, so you have your defense again. Unfortunately, you're still on the
sorry?
morphine. Can you not hear me?
Hello?
Did I cut out? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can Benji
Okay,
and Marie hear me?
I can hear you, Marie. It's out of the room for just a moment. What did you? I'm afraid I missed
Did
whatever-
I break up, or what happened there?
Yeah, I was gonna shove the nurse out of the way, and then I didn't hear anything after that.
Okay. You're because you're standing, you have a defensive 1.
Excellent.
And yeah, you shove her to the ground. She kind of goes as this flame just like crashes into you. enveloping your hospital gown in flames and fire, and burning most of your back. You're going to take another 3 points of lethal damage.
Now you're naked.
And on fire. Your clothing is, in fact, on fire and
You know,
burning
that's
now.
a really hot look. I apologize.
You at health-wise,
Well,
Benji.
I think I may have missed some of the damage. So this thing did some damage to me when I was up in my room, right?
Um,
I thought,
yeah, I did
thought
2
you-
lethal.
yeah, I think.
And then it just hit you again for another 3 lethal, so that's 5 lethal on top of the 2 lethal you had already had. So you should be at 7 lethal damage.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah,
Is that all your health points filled?
I have 8.
Okay, wow, shit. It's a good thing you're on the morphine now, because otherwise you'd be taking a -2 to everything. But you are on fire, so you're going to be taking an additional 1 lethal each round until you strip your clothes or put yourself out.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Down the stairs. Does that work?
I don't know.
We'll see.
All right, so you do you run or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to take 2 or 3 stairs at a time, holding on to the rails on both sides.
It's sheer agony as the clothes burn hotter and hotter.
Oh, that's right.
Give me a athletics. Yeah, give me an athletics strength roll. Or athletics stamina roll. Yeah.
Athletics. Stamina. That's total 5, then -2 for the morphine. Doesn't the guilty thing give me something horrible too?
That's in social situations.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I think I'm gonna end up dying here, guys.
Strip off your clothes off.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your
Take off all your
clothes.
clothes. I'm gonna get you so hot. Take my clothes off.
Oh my god, guys.
What do it again? Does it give you a penalty?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's a minus. You know what? I'm gonna say the shaking wore off when you went under from the morphine.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so 0, 2 seg, nada, niente.
No.
Okay. So
Knit, 9.
as you are sprinting and burning down the stairs, you make it down a couple you make it down a couple of ramp, or I don't know what the term would be. You're in the
Flights.
stairwell. Yes. You make it down a couple of flight of stairs, and you look up and you see the burning man standing at the top level, looking fires one final burst down at you.
You're gonna die.
Oh my god.
It's a fair call.
And you're going to take another free lethal as another gout of flame engulfs you.
All right. Well, that puts me at what, -2 then, health?
No, so you have 8, right?
Yeah.
So, and you had 7 lethal before this turn. So,
Yeah.
you're going to be at 2 Yeah. 2 aggravated, 6 lethal. And if you take another 6 points of bashing damage, you will die.
What if he takes more lethal damage?
It'll stack and turn the lethal damage into aggravated.
Okay.
So you keep running, I assume.
If I can.
Yeah, well, that morphine is very much saving your life right now. As you flee a burning ball down the stairway, and you make it down into the lobby of the hospital, where the receptionist looks up and she just starts like screaming as she sees you come bursting out of the stairwell, like covered in fire. What do you do?
I guess I will stop, drop, and roll, and I'll tell her that I'll say there's somebody with a fire, and I'm trying to stop, drop, and roll as I say that. Watch out! Fire! Hopefully that's noticeable on me for those around. Hopefully they will get my subtle
Does she look like Freddy Krueger
communication.
now?
Yeah, so you're gonna take another point of lethal damage, and give me a dexterity. What would be a good roll for? What do you think would be a good roll for putting yourself out, or trying to anyway? I'm thinking like a dexterity athletics.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. So -2.
And my athletics, it puts that to a 2 total.
Willpower.
I'd love it if I had some more. I think I'm out. I don't know. Have I done anything passionate?
Not that I no, I don't think so.
I think it was 6, but in any case, 0.
All right. You take another point of lethal damage. At which point, the nurse pulls like a fire extinguisher out from underneath the desk and like just sprays you down with it.
And I'm at 4 aggravated
4 lethal, yeah.
and 4 Okay.
Miss, stay
Well-
on the ground, stay calm, just stay breathing. Help is on its way. Someone get a paramedic down here.
Watch out for bad guys.
And at this point, I'd like you to make a stamina resolve roll to see if you can retain consciousness.
And that's at a -2.
Yep.
So I will make that a -2 then. Hey, I got 1 success now. 1. Woo-hoo!
So you manage to stay awake as multiple doctors and paramedics just swarm around you. You have vague memories of being like lifted up and put on a stretcher and wheeled down into the burn ward. You're put on a respirator. Your skin is badly charred. Just like looking at yourself, it's just black. It looks like charcoal, breaking and cracking off, and blood is just kind of like leaking through and dripping everywhere. You definitely have 3rd-degree burns on maybe about 80% of your body.
That's significant.
Yeah.
Yes, it's quite bad.
That's actually the same percentage as my my father's wife, his second wife. She was in a
What?
plane crash. She was in a plane crash, so yeah, not good.
Oh shit.
I'll be like, glad I'm at the hospital. Look out for Guy, fire.
It's around this time that you realize that the fire alarm has stopped as well. I'm gonna make a doctor roll for you.
A doctor roll?
Yep.
Doctor, doctor.
Is that like how cute the doctor is?
No, that's how well they're taking care of you.
Oh.
This is directly coordinated to.
Well, the cuter he is, the better I feel, so. I feel like it has something to do with it.
You don't.
Don't tell Micah and Mitchell that I'm drunk.
Well,
The secret is safe.
They got an exceptional success, so you're going to recover 1 aggravated damage as you are put on intensive care in the burn ward.
Does that turn into like bashing damage or?
That downgrades to lethal.
Ah. So I'm at 3 aggravated, 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you have vague memories of just like the other burn ward patients just like looking at you with just looks of sheer horror on their face because your burn, like their burns, like pale in comparison to what you like as they wheel you in there, and then you pass out.
Oh, good. And I suppose when I, do come to at some point, then I can start dealing with the breaking points.
You definitely will.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the house, what are Yuko and Raven doing?
We were sleeping.
I believe that Raven was drinking herself into a stupor. Oh, maybe that was me. I don't know.
Well, sounds fair either way. As you fall asleep at your computer. And I think this would be a good place to stop. Do you?
Okay.
No, keep going.
We're almost at 9, though. 9 for
We're
me,
al-
anyway. 11
we're
for you
almost
guys.
at 10.
Whoa.
It's like almost. Is it 11 for you, Mitchell, or is it midnight?
It's 11.
Well, everyone's asleep, and Beth is no longer on fire, so I think this is a good stopping point.
All right.
Shall we do beats?
Sure.
Sure.
Beats.
So, Beth, for having all your health filled up with damage, you gain an additional beat
Oh.
All right.
for your near-death experience. And, did anyone fulfill any aspirations this session?
Well, I don't think I met another being from that world, and I definitely did not reach that tower. So, no.
Unless one of Beth's aspirations was getting burned alive, I don't.
Well, I didn't get the job, and I don't think I got more information about my grandmother yet, but that's coming.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to read anything. I probably have like damage to my eyelids and stuff. That sounds ouchy.
Yeah, it's not looking pretty for Beth.
Yeah,
But
I
you gain
didn't.
2 beats, and everyone else gains 1 beat.
Yay, I'm at 3 experience.
Nice.
I'm sorry, you said so I got total 2?
Yes.
And it's five beats as an experience, right?
Yeah.
I have another experience point.
How many do you have, out of curiosity?
Me?
Yeah. You there? God damn it.
Be.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry about that. I disconnected. How much experience do you have, Maria?
I have just one because I used my two other ones.
Okay, I gotcha.
So I would have three, but I used the other two. So
I'm waiting till a certain thing happens, which I'm thinking is going to be very soon.
That thing may be a little while. Just letting you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how much did Beth? You said you had free experience one beat.
Yeah.
How much does Mitchell have?
I have 3 experience now.
Okay. I'm just re-recording all my notes. I got lost when my computer crashed.
Okay.
health is not full.
Man, I wish we could play more often.
What?
I wish we
So-
could play more often.
I mean, yeah, Friday's really the only day I can do this.
Damn.
But hey, it gives me more time to plan when I do plan.
Like I said, when I win the lottery, I'll just adopt you both, and then you can do nothing but play games with me.
Cool. That sounds fun.
That seems... Never mind.
What, Mitchell? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, that seems kind of suggestive.
Mitchell, get your mind out of the gutter.
I was born in the gutter.
Anyways, I'm not subtle. If I was like, if I wanted to like fuck you, Mitchell, I'd just be like, Mitchell, I want to fuck you.
I didn't hear a clean joke. I didn't hear a clean joke until I was already a man. Yeah.
For the viewers at home, who do you want to fuck?
So many people.
Fuck. Come on now, be careful, because I mean, this shit is going on YouTube.
Actually, I that men under 30 are worthless. So
Oh, damn.
sorry, Mitchell.
You don't have anything to apologize for.
Are we on for next week?
Yes, we are definitely on for next week.
Sweet.
Any thoughts, suggestions, criticisms, praises, whatever?
I only have like one criticism.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And that is, as much as I like some good laughs, I felt like it did get a little bit out of hand. And I think that, that I was partially... I'm going to start recording, by the way.